Have you ever wondered if there's a way to navigate life with more ease, more flow, and less struggle? Well, today we're diving into a text that offers just that, the Tao Te Ching. Hello everyone, and welcome to A's Book Talk. Today, we'll be exploring this ancient book, reputed to be written by Lao Tzu, also known as Laozi, which translates to Old Master. Now, the historical figure of Lao Tzu is shrouded in mystery, with some scholars even questioning his existence. But regardless of its specific origins, the Tao Te Ching stands as a cornerstone of Taoist philosophy, a system of thought deeply rooted in Chinese culture. It's believed to have been written sometime in the 6th century, during a time of political and social upheaval in China. The text emerged as a guide to living in harmony with the Tao, often translated as the Way. This Way is the fundamental principle of the universe, the source of all existence, and the natural order of things. The Tao Te Ching is a short book, only around 5,000 Chinese characters, but it's packed with profound insights. It's divided into two parts: the Tao, which concerns the nature of the universe, and the Date, which focuses on the application of the Tao in human affairs, particularly in leadership and personal conduct. The core concept is living in accordance with the Tao. This isn't about following rigid rules, but rather about understanding and aligning oneself with the natural rhythms and forces of the universe. Think of it like a river flowing effortlessly towards the sea. It doesn't fight the current, it simply adapts and follows the path of least resistance. One of the most important concepts within the Tao Te Ching is Wuyi, often translated as non-action or effortless action. This doesn't mean being passive or lazy. Instead, it means acting in accordance with the Tao, without forcing or interfering with the natural course of events. It suggests a kind of skillful spontaneity, like a seasoned athlete who reacts instinctively to the game. Like exists a leader practicing Wuyi would govern through virtue and example, allowing people to flourish naturally rather than imposing strict control. The Tao Te Ching also emphasizes the importance of simplicity and humility. It encourages us to let go of excessive desires and attachments, to find contentment in the present moment, and to appreciate the beauty of the ordinary. Think of a clear mountain stream, untainted by pollution, reflecting the surrounding landscape. This is the kind of clarity and purity of mind that the Tao Te Ching seeks to cultivate. It challenges our conventional notions of success and happiness, suggesting that true fulfillment comes not from material possessions or external validation, but from inner peace and harmony. The book also values the feminine principle, portraying it not as weakness but as a source of strength, receptivity, and nurturing. Water, for instance, is a recurring symbol representing flexibility and the ability to overcome obstacles through yielding. The text is filled with paradoxes and seemingly contradictory statements. This isn't meant to confuse us, but to challenge our linear, logical thinking, pushing us to see the world from a different perspective. For example, it states that the way that can be spoken of is not the constant way. This implies that the Tao is ultimately beyond words and concepts, something that can only be experienced directly. It is something you can learn about, but you have to experientially live it. The Tao Te Ching advocates for a balanced approach to life. It reminds us that extremes are often unsustainable, and that true wisdom lies in finding the middle ground. It acknowledges the interconnectedness of all things, emphasizing that everything is constantly changing and that what appears to be strong can be vulnerable, and what seems weak can be powerful. This constant change is important to acknowledge, as it can free us from our own rigid expectations and allow us to accept life with an open mind. So, what are some practical takeaways from the Tao Te Ching that we can apply to our lives today? First, embrace simplicity. In a world that constantly bombards us with stimuli and demands, we can benefit from simplifying our lives, decluttering our minds, and focusing on what truly matters. Secondly, practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment, observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, and appreciate the simple joys of life. And Wow. Thirdly, cultivate flexibility. Be adaptable to change, learn to go with the flow, and avoid getting stuck in rigid patterns. Fourthly, strive for balance. Seek harmony in all aspects of your life, work and rest, activity and stillness, giving and receiving. Finally, be compassionate. Treat yourself and others with kindness, understanding, and empathy. The Tao Te Ching offers a timeless roadmap for navigating the complexities of life with grace and wisdom. It encourages us to live in harmony with ourselves, with others, and with the universe. It's a reminder that true strength lies not in force or control, but in yielding, adapting, and embracing the natural order of things. It's a book that can be read and reread throughout a lifetime, offering new insights and guidance with each encounter. That's all for today's exploration of the Tao Te Ching. So, social, all for we hope you found this discussion insightful and inspiring. If you did, don't forget to subscribe for more book recommendations and thought-provoking discussions. Until next time, take care, and may your journey be guided by the Tao.